let's do this. You're going to begin in child's pose. So big toes are together, touching. Bring your knees mat width apart, and then sink your hips back and see if you can establish a forehead connection, either with your yoga block, stacked fists, or forehead to the ground. And then once you get there, just rock your forehead side to side a few times, just loosening up your neck. And begin to breathe deeply. As you breathe deeply, relax your jaw. And if the rocking side to side starts to not feel that good or begins to make you dizzy or anything like that, just plant your forehead down. Again, on your mat, stacked fist, or yoga block. Stay here, or if it would feel good, you can reach your arms to one side and do a side stretch with child's pose. This arm either here or back. You can bring your forehead to the mat or your ear. So you're lengthening your side body. Breathe deeply into any areas of tension. One more breath here. And at the bottom of your exhale, switch sides if you like. Same thing on this side. Ear or forehead to the ground, or even to a stacked fist or yoga block if that would feel better. This arm is, you're just making sure this shoulder is away from your ear, so it can be in a half bind, down by your side, it can be planted here, whatever feels best. Breathe deeply. One more breath. Then come back to center with child's pose. A couple more breaths here, warming up your body with your breath. Engage your abdominal muscles, so belly button to your spine, but allow your jaw to relax. And we're going to get right into some strength challenge here. So meet me in high plank. Hold here or do a couple toe taps. So left toe out, back, right toe out, back. 2 more times on each side. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, hold. Inhale the prep at the top here. Exhale, Vinyasa. Inhale, come on up. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. It would feel good to do a little movement here, pedaling your feet. Do that now. Then meet me back in high plank. Toe taps, out, in, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. 1 more on each side. Hold, inhale the prep here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. You can pedal your feet. Both legs can be straight, pulling through your heels, or if a knee bend would feel good, that's a great option too. 1 more breath in down dog, and then we're going to do that little series 1 more time before we move on. So find high plank, toe taps, left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg. 1 more set. Inhale the prep, exhale chaturanga, inhale, up dog or cobra, exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. We're warming up. Right leg up, 3-legged dog. So lift through your right heel, let your left heel drop. Hold to get a nice stretch in the back of your left leg. And then on your next exhale, as slowly and with as much control as possible, pull your right knee forward, then drop it down into crescent lunge. Bring your hands to your thighs. Push through your back heel. As you push down, just getting a nice little gentle stretch here, and you're pulling your chest towards the sky. If you want a bit more of a heart opener, you can clasp your hands behind your back and gently pull down and out. Palms together if that's available. Breathe deeply. Shaking's okay. Sweating's okay. On your next exhale, twist left hand or elbow to the outside of your right knee, right hand to your hip, or in a half bind. As your elbow pushes against your knee, make sure your knee pushes back so there's a nice kind of tension happening here. One more breath in this position. Then drop your back knee. Now this is more of a stretch, really focusing on your left hip flexor. Hands to your thighs. If you need a little break, do a nice calf stretch here so you're lengthening through your right heel. Beautiful. Come back forward, hip flexor stretch. The longer your stance, the more intense your hip flexor stretch will be. So keep that in mind. Shoulders down as you breathe deeply, belly button to your spine. On your next exhale, twist. Just like we were before, left hand or elbow to the outside of your knee. This hand, right hand on your hip or in a half bind. Now push through your back heel, come back up to crescent lunge, twisting. Feel your strength. Very nice. Bring your attention back to your breath. Then from here, find cactus arms. So you're still in crescent lunge, in a cactus arm, really powerful position. Shoulder blades are gently pulling together. Nice. On your next inhale, open up, reverse warrior. So now your feet are perpendicular. You're reaching back, nice side body stretch right here. I always like to look down at the ground when I do side body stretches, but if it feels better to you to look up at the sky, feel free. Breathe deeply. And on an inhale, move into warrior two, bending your right knee over your right ankle. And we're going to do some movement here in warrior two. And your goal as you do that is to keep the lower half of your body still while the top half is moving. So with that being said, inhale to prep. Exhale, reach back, reverse warrior. Long, slow exhale here. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, side angle pose. Beautiful. Belly button to your spine. Inhale up with control using your core. Exhale, reach back. Long, slow exhale. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, side angle pose. Nice. So you're moving on your exhale, or excuse me, your inhales, and you're holding and reaching on your exhales. So inhale, transition. Exhale, make the most of the pose. Long, slow breaths. 2 more sets. Inhale, transition. Exhale, make the most of the pose. Nice. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hold. One more time. And this time we're going to stay in side angle if you're up for it. So inhale. Exhale, side angle, stay. Bring your hand right above your shoulder, bright hands on both sides. Shoulder blade, I should say, gently pulling towards your spine. See what feels best with your neck. Shaking and sweating are okay, that's what we're doing this for. See what you can do. Core is strong, so belly button to your spine. We're going to hold for 1 more full breath. Make the most of it. Then inhale here. Excuse me. Hold on your exhale. Okay, you got an extra breath. On an inhale, come up. You're welcome. Warrior two, hold if you can. If you need a break, straighten your front leg. Otherwise, hold if you can. Shaking is okay. Feel your strength. Warrior two is a powerful pose. Tops of your shoulders down. Inhale here. Exhale, windmill down. Very nice. Get a nice stretch in your front leg. So you're lengthening out through your right heel. Keeping your upper body strong though, so you're not caving like this. Deep breath. Then lunge forward. Turn your right toes out at a 45-degree angle. And we're going to move into runner's lunge. So this is a nice stretch for your hip flexors and your hips. So your left hip flexors, your right outside of your hip. So the key here is as you sink down, belly button pulls up and shoulders pull away from your ears. That's how you'll keep yourself safe in this pose. The more you sink down, the more intense this one becomes. So you might find yourself wanting to stay up here, totally fine. As you need a bigger challenge, your upper body gets closer to the ground while you are supporting yourself with your core. So again, upper body's closer to the ground, belly button pulls up. You can experiment with your back knees staying on the ground, or you can push through your back heel and see what it feels like to have your back knee up. Whatever feels best to you is, of course, what you want to do. If you're able to establish a forehead connection with your fists, the floor, or your yoga block, that's always a good idea. Once again, belly button to your spine, shoulders away from your ears. That's how you're going to keep your lower back safe as you challenge yourself with this stretch. It's not an easy one, as you can probably feel. So if you're feeling discomfort, you're not doing it wrong, you're doing it right. One more full breath here, make the most of it. Very nice. Then slowly and gently swing your right leg around, find child's pose. Rest for a moment. Deep breaths. On your next inhale, roll up. If you have a yoga block, grab it now. We're going to do hero's pose if you're up for it. Hero's pose is great to keep your knees healthy. However, if your knees are already not feeling good, so you've had an injury or anything like that, you might not want to do this one today, so maybe you stay in child's pose. But if you're up for giving it a try, with hero's pose, you're going to bring your knees together and your feet out. So it's kind of like an inverse V. You can bring your yoga block or a pillow behind you. And you're sitting back slowly and gently. The closer your buns get to the ground, the more intense it's going to be. So you're going to feel this one where you need to feel it most. People feel it around their knees, sometimes in their hips, sometimes along your shins. So it's a little bit awkward if you haven't practiced it. It can be uncomfortable. Remember, our goal here with any yoga posture, whether it's a strength one or a flexibility one, is you want to find that place where you feel discomfort but not pain. So if you're feeling any shooting pain, grinding pain, or cramping up, you're going to want to prop yourself up more or avoid the pose for today. If what you're feeling though is pulling, aching, or burning, that's exactly where you want to be. You're welcome. So with that being said, once you kind of settled into this pose, then check in with your posture. You want to stay strong in your upper body. You want to stay open in your chest, shoulders away from your ears. Bring your attention back to your breath, breathing deeply. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. With this one, once I've been in it for a little bit, I can remove the block or adjust it to a different position, allowing myself to go a little deeper. So check in with yourself, see if that's the case for you as well. One more full breath here. Then very slowly and very gently make your way out of this pose by kind of crawling forward. Doesn't have to be pretty. And then move into a bent leg down dog. So you're just gently, knees are really bent, you're gently pushing back. And then very, very slowly decide when and if you want to straighten your legs. Maybe pedal your feet into a quote unquote normal down dog. Stay here, or for a strength challenge, meet me in high plank. We're gonna do our toe taps, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. One more time. Inhale in high plank, exhale chaturanga. Inhale up dog or cobra, exhale push back to down dog. 2 more sets of that. So inhale high plank, hold belly button up, shoulders away from your ears, toe taps, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. One more set. High plank, inhale to prep, exhale chaturanga, inhale up dog or cobra, exhale downward facing dog. Very nice. You're doing great. One more time, high plank, hold, toe taps, 3 sets. Nice. Back to high plank, inhale to prep, exhale chaturanga, inhale up dog or cobra, exhale downward facing dog. Awesome. Deep breath here. Then inhale, lift your left leg, lengthen through your left heel and let your right heel drop closer to the ground. On your next exhale, very slowly bring your left knee forward with as much control as possible. Drop your foot to the ground. Crescent lunge, hands to your thighs. Chest towards the sky. Shoulders away from your ear, just gently pushing up here on your thighs. If you want a bigger heart opener, clasp your hands. This time clasp them the way that isn't most comfortable for you. Palms together if that's available. If not, no worries. Keep breathing. You're doing great. On your next exhale, twist. Right hand or elbow to the outside of your front knee. Left hand on your hip or half bind. Remember this tension here, so as your elbow pushes in, your knee pushes back. Keep breathing. You're doing great. Drop your back knee down. Now we're stretching out our right hip flexor. Back to center. Push up here. If you need a break in this lunge, you can do a nice calf stretch. Once again, lengthening through your heel as much as possible. If you're in the calf stretch, re-lunge. Push up on your thigh, lengthening in your right side body, right hip flexor. Deep breath. I'm sweating. On your next exhale, twist again. Tuck your back toes under if they aren't already. Push through your back heel. Nice. That's a powerful strength move. Good job. Feel your strength here. Even if you're tired, even if you're sweating, even if you're shaking, feel your strength. Back to center, cactus arms. Shoulder blades are gently pulling together. Hands are bright. Bright fingers. Nice. On your next exhale, open up, reverse warrior. So remember that means that your feet are perpendicular now. Our goal is to get a nice left side body stretch. See what your neck needs, where you need to look in order to release. Then on your next inhale, find warrior two. Beautiful. So just like we did on the other side, we're going to move through flowing with warrior two. So your goal is to keep the bottom half of your body as still as possible as your top half moves. Inhale to prep. Exhale, reach back. Reverse warrior. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, side angle pose. Hold. Long, slow inhale, transition up. Strong core. Exhale, reach back. This would be a good place to straighten your leg if you need a break. I needed a break, so that's what I did. Reach forward. Side angle. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, reach forward. Long, slow exhale, side angle pose, belly button to your spine. 2 more sets here. Inhale up. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, reach forward. Side angle on your exhale. One more time, really focus on pairing your movement with your breath. And once you get to side angle pose, hold if you can. Eventually bringing your hand right above your shoulder. Both hands are bright, fingers are widespread. Chest is gently opening towards the sky. Look at the ground if your neck hurts. You got this. One more breath. For real this time. Belly button to your spine, inhale up. Warrior two, stay if you can. Knee over your ankle in your lunge. Feel your strength. Beautiful. On your next exhale, windmill down. Very nice. Straighten your front leg to get a nice calf and hamstring stretch. Remember to keep your upper body nice and strong as you stretch forward. Then lunge forward, turn your left foot out at about a 45-degree angle, hands on the inside of your left leg, and start to sink down, runner's lunge. As you sink down again, belly button pulls up. Shoulders to your hips, not your ears. And this side might feel a little different than the other side, so I wouldn't assume you can just go right to the same position. Really check in with how your hips are feeling. You might be able to go deeper on this side. You might need to kind of back off a little bit to make sure you stay safe. Again, the goal is discomfort, but certainly not pain. Establish a forehead connection with something if that's possible. If it's not, it's okay. And as you keep your shoulders strong, as you keep your core strong, decide if you want your back knee touching the ground or if you'd prefer to push through your back heel and have your back knee pop up. Just gives it a little different feel. Regardless of what your body looks like, our goal is for us all to get in the same, not the same form, but have the same feeling. And that feeling is you're protected, your back isn't vulnerable because you're keeping your core strong, your shoulders strong, but you're feeling discomfort probably in your left hip, maybe in your right hip flexor, a pulling, an aching, a burning, and you're breathing deeply into that discomfort. So it doesn't matter what your body looks like, how similar or different it looks from mine. Your goal is to get that same feeling. One more breath here. Very slowly and very gently move yourself out of this position into child's pose. Big toes are touching, knees are wide, forehead is connected with the ground, stacked fists or your yoga block. Breathe deeply. On your next inhale, come up. One more round of hero's pose if that's right for your body today. So grab your block or blanket or pillow if you have it. Put it behind you. Knees together, feet are wide, and you're slowly and gently bringing your buns closer and closer to the mat, whether that means they end up resting on the block, your blanket, a pillow. And similar to runner's lunge, we're trying to get that feeling. So whatever this looks like for your body, it's going to look different body to body, but we're trying to get that feeling of discomfort, so we're getting the stretching and the lengthening we need, while we still are holding ourselves strong and open with awareness. And we're breathing deeply into the discomfort and allowing our body to melt more and more into the position as it gets comfortable. So for me, that means I'm removing my block. Two more breaths here if that is possible for you today. And then remember, move out of this pose slowly, a little humbly by just kind of crawling forward. And then bent leg down dog. So start with a really deep knee bend. And then very slowly straighten it out and pedal your feet. Very nice job. Wow. We're going to do one more round of planks. So if you're up for it, meet me in high plank, belly button up, toe taps, left, right, left, right. One more set. Come back to high plank. Inhale to prep. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. Take a breath. Two more sets of that. High plank. Give it all you got here. Toe taps, left, right, left, right. Belly button up. One more time. Back to high plank. Inhale to prep. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Awesome job. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more set. Yes, you can. High plank. Toe taps. Left, right, left, right. Last set. High plank. Inhale to prep. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome job. Very nice. From here, drop to your knees. We're going to move into pigeon. So with a lot of space here, pull your right knee forward to your right wrist. Left ankle is kind of in front of your left thigh here. And then gently push back. You want your right thigh to be parallel with the right side of your mat. Inhale here, long, slow inhale. And then slowly on your exhale, begin to melt forward. The further forward you come, generally the more intense pigeon becomes. Modified pigeon is always an option here if pigeon is not right for you today. As much as possible in pigeon, let your body be heavy. So it's going to want to tense up and kind of hold yourself up Because once again, this pose is uncomfortable most days for most people. So we kind of like tense up to try to protect ourselves, and that's okay to a certain extent. But as you sit in the pose for a little longer, as you allow your body to adapt to this position, see if you can just use your breath. And with each exhale, think about letting yourself be heavier and heavier, allowing the ground to support you. Again, our general rule of thumb applies to pigeon, and that is pulling, aching, burning is good discomfort that will help your body feel more comfortable later. Shooting pain, grinding pain, or cramping up means you need to back off a little bit or skip the pose altogether today. One final breath, make it slow and controlled. Then from here, inhale, push up. Gently bring your leg back on an exhale into that bent leg position again. Slowly moving into straightening your legs if that feels okay in down dog. Then drop to your knees. Pigeon on the left side, so you have a lot of space here. Then pull your left knee towards your left wrist. Right heel in front of your right leg. Then slide your right leg back. Left thigh is parallel with the left side of your mat. On your next exhale, hinge and fall forward. Again, the further you go down, typically the more intense this one becomes. If a forehead connection is available to you, again with a yoga block, stacked fists, or forehead to your mat, then make that connection. Be sure to create space between your shoulders and your ears. Relax your face and your jaw. With each breath, allow your body to become heavier and heavier. Let the ground support you. One more breath here. Excellent. Inhale, push yourself up. Exhale, bent leg down dog. And slowly work into straightening your legs or pedaling your feet if that feels okay. Then drop to your knees, child's pose. And from here, roll to your side. Both knees are bent. This helps protect your back as you come down. And roll from your side to your back. Feet are wide, knees tent in. We're moving into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So if this leg position feels good, particularly if it helps your lower back feel relaxed, then stay here. Another option is to extend both legs with your pinky toes falling towards the ground. If it feels good, palms up, shoulders away from your ears. And this is your time to rest and integrate what we just did. I'm going to stay silent for a moment, and then as I mentioned at the beginning of this live broadcast, I just randomly opened a poem book right before class to a particular page, and I'm going to read that to you as you're resting, and then we'll move out of the position together and end class with a blessing. With that said, enjoy Shavasana. This reading comes from young Pueblo's book, Inward. He said, "Love cannot cause pain. Attachments cause pain. We create attachments in our mind when we want to hold on to something or someone, or when we expect things to be a certain way. When the attachments that we create in our minds break, we feel their rupture deeply. How deeply depends on how much we identify with the image that we have created. When things happen contrary to these images that we hold dear in our minds, we feel pain from these attachments being stretched and broken. Attachments are not a form of true love. Unconditional love, a love without expectations, is a higher form of existence that creates no attachments or images. It is a state of profound egolessness. Expectations and judgments are attachments that the untrained mind repeatedly creates, causing more knots and burdens that impede our happiness. The typical human mind is eclipsed by the delusion of ego. The ego separates, categorizes, and labels everything that it comes across, causing our disconnect, our discontent, and our misunderstanding. True love does not hurt. Attachments do. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then eventually roll to your side in like a fetal position, using your arm as a pillow, and rest there for a moment. Still, just like in pigeon, letting yourself be heavy, letting yourself be supported by the ground. Keeping your knees bent, use your next inhale to push yourself up to any seated position that's comfortable for you. And with your posture strong and your chest open, pull your hands into your heart center. So palms are together, fingers are bright, thumbs are touching your sternum. Take a deep breath. You did a great job today, and we're going to end this beautiful practice with a beautiful blessing. So bring your hands to the space between your eyes. May you have peace in your thoughts this evening. Bring your hands to your lips. May you have peace in your words. And bring your hands to your heart. May you have peace in your heart and actions. Namaste.